Get ready, Columbia. Soda City Comic Con 2025 is turning up the heat this summer. It all goes down August 23rd and 24th at the Columbia Metropolitan Convention Center, and the guest lineup is already packed with fan favorites. Let's start with Katie Sackhoff. Yeah, Starbuck from Battlestar Galactica and Bo-Katan Kryze from The Mandalorian and Clone Wars. She's a sci-fi icon and one of the coolest people to ever wield a blaster. Then there's John Heater, the man, the myth, the Napoleon Dynamite. From Blades of Glory to Surf's Up and everything awkwardly hilarious in between, he's bringing the signature charm to Soda City. And rounding it out, we've got Caitlin Robrock, the incredible voice of Minnie Mouse in Mickey Mouse Funhouse, Minnie's Bowtie Tunes, and many more. She's also voiced characters in Agrasuko, Amphibia, and Mr. Pickles, a true animation powerhouse. They'll all be there, signing autographs, taking selfies, and meeting fans all weekend long. And this is just the beginning. Even more celebrity guests are being announced, so keep checking SodaCityComicCon.com for the latest updates, guest lists, ticket info, and VIP perks. Make your summer unforgettable. Grab those tickets and come celebrate all things pop culture at Soda City Comic Con.
Welcome, 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 all you cool cats and kittens. Welcome to episode 7 of The Wonderful Politically Speaking with the one and only Kirsten. We got M and we got myself. In the beginning, I had a name, but you guys shut it down. I'm still going to try it again. You know, Essential E.
No.
Yes,
No.
it's nice.
Between Essential E and you saying cats and kittens, like, where are we? Like, what is happening?
I saw Emily's face, and I was trying so hard not to just bust out laughing.
Let it cook. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna keep circling back because I need a name. I feel like we all need names. And we said that we was gonna try to find a name for the people that are listening. We still haven't figured out what we're gonna call our listeners too. So we're gonna circle back. Matter of fact, we should probably lay out some options to the audience to see.
You know what? Why don't they just put it? Why don't they just put it out there?
Exactly. So, I'm gonna throw that out there. See what some options that we get back. But nonetheless, go ahead and get started. As you all know, we have a lot to talk about. So let's go ahead and kick it off. So we want to tell y'all. We want to open up with a funny story. Okay. So some of you, if it's your first time tuning in, I always want to say welcome to our show. Thank you for tuning in as always. If you are a returning viewer, love you, appreciate you. But we have a group chat outside of this, and I'm already cracking up. I didn't even tell the story yet. But in the group chat, we were talking about what should we say? People that have been visiting South Carolina specifically. Yes, exactly. Who have been visiting us. And one of the person that came to visit us was Governor Gavin Newsom. And I want to say, these two have already had the opportunity to meet him. I'm the only one left out. So how was y'all?
Which is funny because you're normally the one who's like, oh, I'm getting in there.
I'm always on it and in it. But I do want y'all to share what is y'all experience with him? Because I haven't had that. I haven't been in the space yet, but y'all have.
Go ahead, Kirsten, because you just had the most recent one.
I mean, Justin saw his debate with Ron DeSantis and loved all the clapbacks and just thought that he was just told it like it is. So he's been following him ever since and loves his TikToks and social media, all of that. So
the TikToks.
When I saw he was coming to Pickens, I told Justin, he's like, oh, we got to go. So we went. I almost didn't get in because I registered Justin apparently, but I didn't register myself, and they were very selective about who's coming in because it was a small space. And I've always been kind of wary of Gavin Newsom because I'm the attack ads against him kind of write themselves. Let's not make it too easy for the Republicans. But then when I got to see Gavin Newsom and hear him speak, I was kind of captivated. He's very charming, and really, when he's speaking, you're like, oh, yeah, I mean, that's true. And it kind of got me motivated and riled up, and I was not expecting that. And then, talking about our group chat, Emily had said that Gavin wasn't as attractive in person as he is on TV.
Mm-hmm.
And so my expectations were super low going in for his attractiveness. Yep. But I actually thought he was very good looking. And I was not expecting that either. So, I mean, obviously, he said work done and is probably wearing makeup and
You
all
think
of
he said
that.
we're done? What?
I think
1,000%.
so.
Yo, if Team Newsom gets a hold of this podcast, they're going to be like, that Emily Mayer girl is on our list when we come back to South Carolina. That man, maybe this is why, because when I saw him, it was rainy and like 100% humidity and like very, very warm in the setting we were in. So whatever makeup he was wearing, because he is definitely wearing some, might have been a little melty.
Oh, no, not the melty. So with that being said, we were talking about who we thought was attractive in politics. We're going to talk about who our pick is for the president. What do we say? The mayor and the governor. So we're going to do those. So let's start.
I got all those. I'm just going to tell you which person.
Okay. Well, wait.
I don't have all like
Well, that's fine.
most
That's
attractive
fine.
president. They're all like 80-year-old white dudes. Like,
Okay.
I got a president.
Okay. You don't have, but I didn't, you know what? Y'all are cutting me off, man. Hold on. So let's start with the president.
okay, sorry.
Okay, president. Kirsten, you go. Did you have a pick?
John F. Kennedy. Always been a Kennedy fan, I mean, youngest, and that may have something to do with the fact that he's the youngest. Like Emily said, old white dudes. But I'm just a Kennedy fan in general. I like John.
Yeah, they got some good genes. I see it, girl. All right, who's yours? If you had one.
Do they have good genes? Because RFK Jr.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
If it's fallen.
Wild card.
No, I don't have one because like the default would be like Barack Obama.
Yeah.
And like,
what do you mean the default? What? That is the answer. That is the correct answer.
I'm okay with that being my answer if I had to pick somebody as president. But if you were to ask me to make like a short list of politicians I find attractive, I don't think I would put him in my top 5.
Okay. What? Obama, really? The more you know. Okay. All right. So mine was obviously Obama. The way I'm over here hyping it up and stuff, y'all already know it was Obama. And I will say, I think Biden was cute in the timeline of like his 30s, 40s. Y'all had to see that in that one photo.
Yes.
No,
Y'all know which photo I'm talking about.
I do agree with that.
Yes. Now that specific
I don't know which photo you're talking about, but you'll have to send that to me later.
Yes. Yeah. I got you, girl. But yes, that little timeline. Okay, Biden. Yes. Okay. So let's move on.
Listen, he got Jill for a reason. Jill's beautiful.
True.
So.
Yes. Jill is pretty too. Governors. Because we said president. All right, governors. Did you guys have any? I only had one.
This goes back to the group chat where I and Emily was saying that Gavin Newsom is less attractive in person, and I was like, well, Wes Moore is more attractive in person. So definitely Wes Moore. There's a lot of options. I mean, I don't know. I thought Gavin Newsom was cute.
I was trying to do the research prior to this, and it was slim pickings. Okay.
Yeah, there are not a lot of Democratic governors, number 1. Number 2, the ones that we have, half of them are female, which is fine. I mean, if you wanted to pick a female, no shade here.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, if I had to pick, it would be probably Wes Moore. But again, not in my top 5. I don't even know that I really have a top 5. I had a hard enough time coming up with one. But yeah.
So I don't really have I don't have any for governors. I told y'all that I thought Gavin Newsom was very attractive from the side. But when he looked straight into my eyes, I'm like, what happened? Go back to the side. Yeah, go back, turn your head back. Someone's, but I only think the side profile makes him cute. And then when I think about Wes Moore, I think he's attractive, but I think he's attractive due to his personality. That has made it look easy on the eyes, but I feel like he's not, he's okay.
Yeah, he's super confident. Yeah. And I think that is an attractive quality. He's confident without being arrogant, which
yes, exactly. All right, so and then the last one we're gonna talk about the mayors. Did you guys have any mayors?
The only one that I could think of was I kind of think Pete Buttigieg is cute.
He's cute.
I'm not gonna lie.
I forgot he was a mayor. Yeah, put Mayor Pete in there.
Yeah, he's cute.
Gotta have. I don't know if I'd say
No.
I think if he were into women, I'd be more into him.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
kind of how
yeah.
what I think,
No, I think he's just, oh, he's cute. That's it.
Well,
But he's
yeah,
cute.
because he's attracted to men, but
No, no,
if
I'm saying I don't think that he is like fine, or I think he's just cute. That's it. No more, no less.
Well, so that brings me to my person, because my person doesn't fit into any of these categories. And I was really like trying to think about who I could say. And then when I landed on this person, I kind of laughed because it's kind of like stereotypical and funny because he's Jewish and he's a millennial and he's the
I know
only
who you're gonna say.
he's the only one in the Senate who's not like,
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yes.
John Ossoff.
Mm.
John Ossoff.
Yes.
He's who I came up with.
Yes.
And I had the opportunity to, he was in Savannah doing a rally because he's up for re-election this year. And he like wanted under 40 voters to be behind him on the stage. And I had the opportunity to go, but it happened to be my anniversary. And I was like, I don't think it's appropriate for me to leave my anniversary to go try to meet John Ossoff.
Especially now that you've said he's cute, you know. I think
We'll have to wait another day for that one.
Yes. I already showed y'all mine. There is only one mayor right now who is, that is the mayor of Alabama. Yes, I had to think about it. Mayor Randolph Woodfin. I did show y'all a picture prior to us hopping in here. I call him my little chocolate bonbon. He's so fine. He's more than cute.
Yeah, what city? Birmingham?
Alabama. Yes, Birmingham, Alabama.
I thought you were going with Alabama as a city. I'm like, Erica.
No.
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 I wanted to clarify.
Yes.
We got animal appearances left and right here.
Hello, Cameron.
Oh my God, yes.
And this is bean/butter behind me.
/ whatever we got on the recording last time, right?
But yes, you guys did get to see what he looks like. If anybody,
yeah. I totally get it for sure.
Please go look him up. Oh yes, he is so fine. All right, so let's keep it moving. Let's go ahead and get into our next conversation, which is we actually kind of talked about people that have been visiting our state. And I feel like, Kirsten, you should open it up because you have actually been meeting people. But let's talk about the importance and then why are they even coming to South Carolina? Like, what is the intentions or what is the point of it? But yeah, Kirsten, open us up with that.
So, like I said, we met Gavin Newsom, and so the importance, I guess, the reason people are starting to come, even though they won't say this, people are starting to think about running for president in 2028. And right now, as it stands, South Carolina is first in the nation. So we would have the first Democratic primary. So obviously, if you want to run in that primary, you want to make yourself known to South Carolinians so that they'll go out and vote for you and you'll win and get that momentum to kind of push forward. So we had, like I said, Gavin Newsom. He went to several rural counties in the state, which, is a very interesting tactic. And, it just brings to mind to me, why else would you be going to rural counties in South Carolina besides you're going to run in 2028? And of course, he was asked that and never says outright, oh, yeah, I want to. And then
We have
Governor Andy
yeah. I was about to say, yeah.
Governor Andy Beshear of Kentucky.
He's kind of cute.
No, I do. Yeah. I think he's a little older than I like, but
ooh, Kirsten.
But I don't think he's that old. I mean, it's not like he's like,
comparatively to other options, right?
Yeah. So he also, like, his big thing was he was headlining some kind of fundraiser for Georgetown County.
Okay.
But like he also made several stops, like Greenville and Spartanburg were asked to host a reception for him, and that was held at a private home. And there were people from honestly across the state at that. I was invited, but I unfortunately couldn't go at the last minute, so that was too bad. But if he's thinking about running in 2020, I'm sure he will be back, and there's going to be lots of opportunities for people to meet a lot of different candidates. So it's exciting, especially for a political junkie like me. I want to meet everybody. So whenever an opportunity comes, I'm not going to pass it up.
100%.
But
Yeah,
you didn't know
Rokana was here.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that too. He's definitely coming back. I didn't even know what First in the Nation was until we became First in the Nation. Like when I never heard of that term, and then because it started to get real in South Carolina, and everybody just kept talking about it, and it's happening, and we make it. I'm like, what are we talking about? Like, what is that? And so that was my first time knowing what it was.
Emily and I were together when we found out we were First in the Nation.
Thank you for that memory pop back.
I knew you'd be excited. It was not a super fun event.
So for folks who like maybe don't know, before we were First in the Nation, which it was just last year was our first time being First in the Nation, we were considered like the first in the South, because before us was the Iowa caucuses, New Hampshire, and maybe Nevada. And like people don't consider that like the West, the Southwest, and not the South. But so in 2020, it was the fourth primary, but the first in the South. And that's the first primary that Joe Biden won and like changed the trajectory of his process. And so when you look at, just like, because I'm a history nerd here, when you look at the Democratic nominees over the last 12 or so primary cycles, I think 11 of them have won South Carolina. And the one who didn't, I think it was because there was somebody from South Carolina going against him or something. Like there was a reason that he didn't get it. But then everyone also wants Jim Clyburn's endorsement. And so Jim Clyburn's endorsement means a whole heck of a lot. And in the age of Donald Trump, where this man has just been campaigning to be president for like a decade now, there is like no off season of campaigning, even though we just inaugurated a new president. And like, that's kind of annoying. Like it's kind of like, I kind of wish we could just like have a minute and like focus on this November where there are 2 governors races up, or focus on 26 but like everyone is already like all the headlines when these people are here, the AP, the Washington Post, they're all like, oh, what is Gavin Newsom doing in South Carolina? But I was glad to see Andy Beshear here because I was just talking with my parents while they were here visiting. And I feel very, very strongly that if the primary were held today, the presidential primary, I think he would be the person who gets my vote.
Interesting.
Because, I mean, not that anyone's declared anything, but I think we have to, and I hate that this is the reality, but I think we have to pick a white man from the Democratic Party to stand a chance to regain the White House in 2028. And I don't want it to be somebody over the age of 60. And so that really narrows the field. And I think the fact that Andy Beshear is a Democratic governor in a red state like Kentucky, one, it shows he has executive experience. 2, it shows he has crossover support. He can appeal to middle America. But also he is like, I really respect the fact that he has not wavered on his values, whereas I feel like somebody like Gavin Newsom, like wherever the wind is blowing, he's like taking the opportunity to be in front of a microphone, even though he doesn't necessarily like have the right thing to say. And I'm going to put that as nicely as I possibly can. But so, yeah, I think like if the primary were today, Andy Beshear would get my vote. And so I'm really happy that he was here in South Carolina.
Oh, now I wish I would have got to meet him. I mean, I wished I got to meet him anyway, but especially after all of your good points. But like I said, I think he'll be back.
Yeah, I've been seeing that they've been speculating who may throw their names out there when it's time. I am so ready to see. It's like I want time to speed up, but I also don't want time to speed up because, it's like time already goes as fast as it is. It's just I'm so ready to see this next chapter. I'm just ready to like hurry up and get into this next chapter. I hope everyone is as ready as I am. that's also why I'm curious to see what's going to happen,
Mm.
because after everything that we have all been going through, I really hope that this next turnaround is going to be lit. Like everybody's going to be outside, everybody's going to be registered, everybody's going to be ready to use their vote, because we're not playing no more. We're not doing this again. Like, we're done, you know? So I am so ready. But let's go ahead and keep it moving. Let's talk about the current event, which is the Epstein files. Child, child, child. Oh my gosh, so much.
Thought we were done with him.
Talk about what?
I thought we were done with him.
Yeah, exactly.
And then this pops back up.
No, I think Trump thought we was done with him as well. Like, no, we're
hope.
not. We're not. So we're gonna let you know that we're not. My thing is, he ran on, talking about Epstein and stuff like that. So it's like, you're the one who threw it out there into the environment and the atmosphere and stuff like that. But now you're trying to like silence us based off what you gave us. Like, you brought it up. Like,
I didn't even know that was really like a main point in his campaign until this last week or so, when I feel like the MAGA base has been like, you promised us. And I was like, oh, shoot, I didn't even know. Why would he do that? I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm like, well, even your base is like pissed off about this. Like, there's like a lot of discourse online. And again, online does not always reflect reality. But there's a lot of discourse online about like, oh, well, there's so many other things. Like, why hasn't it been like the fact that he is dismantling this or bankrupting that or has been charged with XYZ? And like, all of that is legitimate. And like, his policies are atrocious. And he's turning our country into a shithole. But if this is the thing that's going to get people to care, then like, keep freaking talking about it.
Sure.
Like, you can walk and you can chew gum at the same time. And people in Congress need to be able to keep working on policy stuff, but also every chance they have, slam these Republicans for recessing early because they didn't want to talk about it. Like, are you also in there? Like, why are you covering for him?
Exactly. Right. Like, why are you supporting the shenanigans? Like, out of all the things that you could be doing, but it's the fact that they're putting so much time and energy into deflecting and repeat, deflect, repeat, deflect. It's like, no, the more you keep trying to tell me no, the more I want to know. Like, stop it and stuff like that. And then the fact that he tries to water it down. It's like, man, if y'all were friends, just say y'all were friends. It is what it is. You didn't. You may not have knew. That's. But the fact he's trying to say I was his friend, but then he like layers it. Whatever the sentence, whatever the story is, then all of a sudden it's like he got amnesia, and it's like, no, y'all was cool. Like, we all saw y'all. It is what it is.
Yeah, we got you on tape saying that you were good friends.
Nobody's surprised to hear that your name is in the files.
Right, like, exactly.
But if you know your name is in the files, and you know that you didn't actually do anything wrong, you just were like guilty by association, then release the damn files. Like, what are you doing? And like, the deflections are so infuriating, because at first they were like, oh, this is like, these files don't exist. And then people were like, okay, but Pam Bondi was holding up a whole binder talking about how she has to go through all of this. Then he was like, oh, Obama, it's a hoax from Obama. And I was like, okay. And then it's like, oh, well, actually Joe Biden is in the, like, and I'm like, so did the files exist or not? Who's in them? I don't, if there's a Democrat, people are like, oh, Bill Clinton's going to be in there. Okay. Like, put Bill Clinton out there too. Yeah. Like, I'm not here with a Bill Clinton flag outside my house and his face tattooed on my car. Like, I don't care if Bill Clinton's in there, name it. Say, like, I don't care. The whole thing is like so infuriating to me. And then they're like trying to deflect with like Tulsi Gabbard talking about Russian interference in the 2020 election. And I'm just like, yo, you're not going to get us to stop talking about this. Period.
Exactly. He's not just, like you say, he's catching smoke from the constituents, but also the Republicans. They it's like, I don't know why. I guess this is just a universal thing that has just, we all are like, we don't care if it's a Republican thing, it ain't got nothing to do with politics. We want to know what the truth is. And then the fact that, again, he ran on transparency. he kept saying he want to make America great again, and it's going to be transparency. Well, what's up? Why, what's the stutter? Why are you stalling? Like, what is going on? But no, it's the fact that he is overly deflecting it. That is like, okay, really trying to like belittle me and act like I didn't hear the stuff that he was with. Like, he was your homie back then, but now you don't know the man. Like, stop it. Y'all was just keying on that video. You saw it.
Right.
Like,
Right.
you
And
was
so
all in that man's ear whispering.
Freedom Caucus, and I mean, we've talked about this regarding RJ May, like they're all about like protecting children, and like I'm like, if you're all about protecting children, hello, like name it out, even if it's your guy, name it. That's the only way for you to gain credibility on the issue. And I'm just concerned that now they're having conversations with Ghislaine Maxwell, and she's gonna get pardoned or some shit. Like, I'm like, this whole thing is like the worst of the worst of politics.
And then
And it's
I
like
feel,
why people don't trust the government or politicians or anything.
Yeah,
and
and
then
that
he's
Ghislaine Maxwell, she's been known to lie. Like, she's lied to prosecutors before, so she knows what they want to hear, and so she's just gonna parrot that back to get herself a deal. So it's messed up.
And then he's like saying that we should get, I think it's like the jury something or some kind of comments or statements or whatever. But from my understanding, how they're saying is that what he is willing to share is only like 2% of it. Like, what he's willing to share as the viewers, we're not going to get much of it. He
Correct.
So they were saying, like, what the information that you really need are in the files that are sealed because they're under protection, witnesses, names, locations, things like that. They were saying that's the stuff you want. But unfortunately, he's trying to give us breadcrumbs to hush us up.
Right. And he's trying to play checkers in a chess match right now, which is normally the opposite. We're normally playing checkers and he's playing chess and he's 10 pieces ahead of us. But right now he's like, we're gonna put in a lawsuit for them to release the grand jury, whatever. And the
Yeah,
judge
that's
is like, I don't have the right to do that. Like, this is like for show. I don't have that ability. And other like politicians are saying, we get redacted information to the public all the time. Like, let's have a closed door congressional hearing so we can get all the truth. And we can put out redacted information to the public to protect whoever we need to protect, the victims, the whistleblowers, whoever they are. But like, you have a Secretary of Defense who texts out national security classified information, and you're worried about sharing too much information that's in these files. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. I hate
And then
it.
he's like saying, like, release the grand jury's like information or notes, but it's like, even those, it's going to take months. It's not something tangible that can happen within the timeline that we are wanting the transparency. Like, those are still going to take months. We're not going to get them in 24 hours, 48 hours. It does not matter how finger happy he is behind that phone to say that release this goal, like, no, we know it don't even happen like that. But it's just like, and then like you were talking about the people on his cabinet and stuff, and then it just made me think about the whole Secretary of Education. It's like, these people are a bunch of like, just like, how are they picky? Like, I should have applied. Like, you know what I'm saying? If y'all just giving jobs to anybody, I should have put my application in.
No,
Like,
but you're not blindly loyal,
yeah, that's
so
true.
they're not going to give
Correct.
you one.
I am more qualified. Actually, all of us are more qualified, but I am uniquely more qualified to be Secretary of Education than Linda McMahon.
Oh my
But
gosh.
did y'all notice? Did y'all notice too how in the middle of all of this, they were like, "Oh, by the way, like Trump has this health issue where like
Yeah, that was random.
his." I was like, "So this man has always been in perfect health. He's never had any issues. Y'all always say, oh, I'm in perfect health even though I eat all this McDonald's and blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah, whatever. Okay, all right, I'm not hating.
Ain't
I
no
like my
way.
McDonald's too, but that we see that you don't actually weigh what you're trying to say you weigh. But like now, all of a sudden, that there's like this 12,000-pound elephant in the room. Like that's what you decide is like, we want you to not talk about Epstein so much that we're actually going to tell you there's something wrong with the president.
Yeah, something minor that happens to most people his age, you know. Well, I
Right.
wouldn't say most
Yeah,
people,
he
but
is
it's
like
common.
78 years old or whatever.
Well,
He worried about all the wrong things. Like, sir, like again, you threw this information out there. Now you mad at us because we won't drop it. Like, make it make sense.
And he wanted to be president again. Like, let's just
Mhm.
remind everybody listening, this
Mhm.
man was president for 4 years
Mhm.
and then got lost. Couldn't even say he lost. And then he was like, I'm going to spend the next 4 years getting people to reelect me. Like, you wanted the spotlight back. So
Mhm.
careful what you wish for, because now it could all come out, and it could have just been a secret this whole time. You could have
Exactly.
died and nobody would have ever known.
Exactly.
But now you have to be greedy about it and
Mhm.
ruin the rest of our lives. So
Yeah, exactly. And then I just think about, like, I feel like because we know him, because he's been in the spotlight, we know him personally, like how rude and
Gotcha.
nasty and stuff like that. So when you hear him in the sentences with with females, you're like, it could be true. Yeah,
Yeah,
it
right.
definitely could be true. Whatever you're telling me is 99% probably true.
Mhm.
But
The
he did
most
that to
heinous
himself.
thing, and you're like, "Yep, it's
Yeah,
probably
but
true."
he does that to himself and stuff like that. We can't just form an opinion about something. No, he gave us that opinion to form. Like, please, like Trump. No, you sit in your own filth and you think about your actions and stuff. Because we no, and I'm so glad that this is a universal thing, that it has nothing to do with like your party affiliation. We're all collectively
I
like,
love it.
where the receipts at? Like,
Mhm.
But speaking of Trump, let's talk about this big beautiful bill. Big beautiful hot mess. That's
Mm.
what it
do
is.
we have
Well,
to?
before we go into that, though, should we talk about, because Emily brought up the Tulsi Gabbard Russia thing, where they're trying to act like Obama committed acts of treason, and Trump in the Oval Office saying that it doesn't matter if it's right or wrong, we got to start going after these people.
I
And
missed
it's
that
just
one.
like, no, it does matter if it's wrong. We should not do that. Um, but yeah, again, it's just like a deflection thing, where now they're trying to find something to blame Obama for.
Well, and it's like, there are rules that apply. Like, he got presidential immunity, right? Like, the Supreme Court said he was within his rights as president in 20 whatever to have the, I guess, 2021, to have the insurrection on the Capitol. He was within, like, he has immunity as the sitting president. Well, like, if you follow that same logic, not that I do, nor do I think anything about this is true, but I'll just play for a minute that if you follow that same logic, then Obama should also have had presidential immunity.
Mm,
So it's like, I don't really understand the games they're trying to play, because they're trying to deflect, but
mhm,
like, they're not even doing a good job. Like, it's the first time I feel like I've seen them falter
mhm,
in a way that it's like, oh, they didn't think this all the way through, and things are coming back to bite them, like this presidential immunity thing. Like, I'm like, you're not going to be able to get him on that. Like, there's absolutely no way, even if that were true, which it's not, that you'd
Right.
be able to get him for anything.
And back then, when all of this, the Russia investigation was going on, and like Marco Rubio, our now unfortunately Secretary of State, literally said about the Russia investigation that it was without political bias, that everything was factual, it was a good investigation. So now all of a sudden, that's not true. Like, it was done, which it like the Russia thing wasn't even like, yes, Russia did, disseminate or use their cyber warfare tools to try to tarnish Hillary Clinton and influence elections. They didn't actually like change votes, but the whole purpose of that investigation and the findings was to show how dangerous Russia is and we should take it seriously in future elections. It wasn't even about Trump. But now he's trying to say it was about him. And it's like, no, that was not the purpose of it at all. Like, literally, Russia was trying to tarnish Hillary Clinton, but they didn't care whether Hillary Clinton won or lost. Like, they're like, well, either we're going to influence people and Trump will win, or we'll influence people, Hillary will win, but her reputation will be tarnished. So it's like Russia had a win-win there. They didn't. So it's just, it's infuriating, but yeah, deflection point. But anyway, back to that mess of a big, beautiful bill. Go ahead.
Yes. So what stuff do you guys know so far? First of all, the bill was over 800 pages long. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy.
I mean, there are members of Congress who openly were like, I didn't read that in the bill.
Yeah. Marjorie Taylor Greene voted on something, and then afterwards she was like, wait, I'm going to admit I didn't see that was in there. Because who is reading 800 pages? That's crazy.
So they get away with stuff.
Yeah. Like
that right
that right there.
Budget stuff is dry. Budget stuff is
Oh yeah. Right. And then Margie got the heat because she acknowledged that she voted, but then didn't know that that's what she was voting on. But it's like, it's just layered again, because I feel like that was intentional, because who is going to read 800 pages, retain everything, and then have to try to be ready to vote on it by said timeline? I feel like that was so intentional. And then the stuff that is in there, again, who's going to read all that? That's crazy.
Yep. There were members of Congress who voted for the bill and then later were like, well, it's not perfect, and like, I don't like this part of it, and so like, I want to strip this piece out. And I was like, no, the whole purpose is like, you had the opportunity to say no and file amendments during the process, and you just were a yes man, rubber stamp. Like, what do you like? Once people started to realize that rural hospitals were going to be affected, Medicaid was going to be affected, SNAP, which like 50% of children in this nation receive SNAP to help feed them. Over like 40% of our children in this nation are on Medicaid. I think I saw something that said like 41% of births, like people who give birth in this nation, their bill is paid through Medicaid. So once people started like connecting the dots, they were like, oh, this is bad. Like, that's what we've been trying to tell you. But the Democratic Party, you know, they're not crushing it right now. So
yes. And then the bill mentioned that it's supposed to be saving money by removing money from these funds, such as Medicaid, such as SNAPs. And it's like, y'all think those are the areas that y'all should be like cutting down? Like, SNAP,
and they're not cutting down. Like, this is gonna add, I mean, so many billion, or was it trillion? I don't know. It might have been trillions to our national deficit. So it's like, you know, I watch Morning Joe in the mornings, and the host, Joe Scarborough, he's like a fiscal conservative, and was talking about, you know, he's like, these people claim to be Republicans. They're not, because a Republican would not have voted for this because of how it adds to the deficit.
It's just
well, and the things they did fund, like ICE got the highest percentage of funding in this budget, more than our military. Oh, hello. Like, it's like really like that's like, I think it was Joe Biden who said like, show me your budget and I'll show you your priorities. Like, there's no truer statement when talking about this budget specifically, what our priorities are as a nation right now. And it's so messed up. Like, I was literally in Target today. Sorry, I know we're supposed to be boycotting Target, but sometimes Target's the only store that has what I need.
I was at Target this weekend, so
oh my god!
Sorry, I limit the amount that I go, but sometimes you just gotta
cut this seed out.
Sometimes you just gotta.
You get to see what y'all.
Listen. I'm gonna lay it all on the table.
We're gonna be transparent.
Go ahead.
We'll be
unlike the Republicans.
Nope. But once what I was in Target today, and there were two teachers in the back to school section just like filling up their entire cart full of school supplies. And they were talking about like, oh, I'm going to get 20 and hope that I don't have any more than 20 kids in my class. And I'm just sitting here, first of all, as somebody who was a teacher myself, being like, oh, thank God I don't have to do that anymore.
Yeah.
But also like, how sad that this is a reality. And I dream of the day that like teachers don't have to spend their own money on school supplies. But, like here we are as a nation. That is like so far off on the American dream at this point. Like it's so disheartening because it's like in another lifetime that could have been a reality. And now it's like so far off the map. We're just funding ICE and that's about it.
I was
How do
surprised.
these
Go ahead,
these
Kristen.
horrible things aren't going to go into effect until after the midterms in 2026. So people who aren't paying attention like we aren't going to realize all the horrible things the Republicans have done until
To
after
hurt
the
them.
midterms. So they might vote the Republicans back in power and then they're going to be like, oh no, what did I do?
I didn't even think that I didn't even know that teachers were purchasing their own supplies until my friend, who is a teacher, had mentioned that she was about to go get supplies, or she always has to ask sometime, not even just for back to school, like throughout the school. She has to continue to send notes like, hey, if you could send me some Kleenex, something. And I was like, man, you have to purchase your own stuff. Like, gosh, that's rough, man. That's rough. That is a rough.
And
And
my
and, and
friends and I were just talking about that this week because one of my friends went from teaching in a public school to a private school. And the public school, like when you go back to school, you get like a very minimal amount from the state to purchase supplies. And she was going out and buying supplies, and she's like, "Well, I don't know now that I work at a private school if that will be reimbursed." But it just had me thinking about like my other friend who was there. She works in a public school, and she's been out buying stuff while very pregnant, and she would be buying things for baby. But here she is buying school supplies for not even her own child.
Let me give South Carolina credit for a minute. And people listening might be shocked because I don't feel like I do this very often. Good on South Carolina for realizing that part of the problem in retaining teachers is that we spend our own money on things and giving them, even though it's a nominal amount, giving them anything at all. Because in New Jersey, we didn't get anything. I mean,
Interesting.
we didn't like anything that I needed to start the year. That first year of teaching, while I was like waiting for my first paycheck that summer, like I was the only time in my life I had to borrow money from my parents because I was like, I don't have anything to set up my classroom with, and I don't get paid until the school year starts.
Yeah.
So I will give credit where credit is due. $150 to every public school teacher in the state, South Carolina. You're better than others on that one. So bravo. We are not at the bottom when it comes to that one.
See, I
that
thought
was
all states would do that. I did not know. I figured surely if South Carolina's doing it, others are.
I'm surprised that South Carolina is doing it, honestly, because they don't even like to give like free lunch. It'd be like an issue, like feeding the kids and stuff like that. So I am,
Y'all, I
I'm
could do a whole podcast episode about feeding kids school lunches in South Carolina.
right,
I have spent
right,
so much time and money, not money, time and resources. I actually got paid to do it, so definitely didn't spend any money
right,
on that subject. And it's ridiculous how much of a fight it is to make sure that kids get fed. Like I don't understand why that's
right,
a
right. I
discussion
mean,
that
Yeah,
my
like
needs
who
to
has a
gosh,
problem with that?
right. Come on now, it's just get the daggone free lunch. Like what in the world? You know who also like free to take free meals? The colonizers when they came and ate off Native Americans. I'm just saying they also like free meals too, but that's nor here nor there. So let's. Only thing that I did want to say as I was researching the bill, I did see that the biggest they said that it's going to affect even like students like that are trying to get like student loans or financial aid and things like that. So it's just affecting across the board in just different ways. So it's like, well, what exactly is beautiful about this bill? And I actually did try to like thoroughly see like pros and cons about it because I did want to know. Like, and they did mention that when you file your taxes, if you make a certain amount, you're supposed to get more this time. But that was really the only thing that I was like, okay, that may be cool if it even happens, because this is the Trump administration. I got to see things to believe it first. But that was one thing that they said was that you may be able to get more taxes this go round or something. But I don't know. I feel like
I'm
they try
glad
to
you
go ahead.
I'm glad you brought up the student loans because I've been terrified about this.
Me too.
That these like income-driven repayment plans are going away, and I'm like, even with the income-driven repayment plan, my payment is high, and so I'm like, do not raise it anymore because if there's a choice between paying a student loan payment and paying
Exactly.
my rent or my car
Yeah.
payment, rent and car
It's like,
payments gonna
what
win.
in the world do they think that we all have like these top-notch, like, six-figure jobs or something that we can,
I
like,
wish.
balance, like, paying this, paying that? It's like, we are the middle class trying to get up. Like, we're here trying to do better, but it's like, there is just nothing really that much from my perception that is really beautiful about the bill, and I really did try to read it just so that I'm not just being one-sided about it, you know? But no, I
I'm
really could
proud
not
of
see
you.
that much. Thank you. Thank you, Fran. Yeah. I couldn't really see
Because
that
I
much.
don't have that in me to try to find the other side.
That student loan thing, Kirsten, you're so right. I think like I haven't paid a student loan since March of 2020. It's been almost 5.5 years
Mm,
since anyone has gotten any money from me on that. My life has changed significantly in that time. I now own a house. I'm a mother to almost 3 kids. Um, I'm, in a different career than I was, and now I'm filing joint taxes. So my estimated payment when it's time to restart, I like called them and I was like, this can't be right. Like, we have to be able to work something out. And the woman on the other end had the audacity, bless her heart, it's not her fault. Like, I would never like want the job that she has. But she had the audacity to be like, well, that number is actually really good compared to what other people are being quoted. And I'm like,
wow.
is that supposed to make me feel better? Because I still can't afford it.
Yeah.
So like, what do you want from me here? So yeah, it's gonna be rough for a lot of people. I have a feeling when those student
Me too.
loans.
They
And
were saying
it doesn't
something
make
about
sense. Like,
Terrifying.
don't they want some money back? Isn't some money back
Right,
better than no money
right.
back?
What about if I paid $100 a month and you just like canceled the terrible interest that's sitting on the
Uh,
account? Then like
uh-huh.
at least you're getting money from me, right?
mm,
Like it's like a minimum, like it's like a credit card minimum payment. Like like you're getting something. It's better
Right.
than nothing.
Exactly.
But nope.
Mm-mm. They don't care. They don't care about us at all, and they continue to show us that they don't care at all. But they wanna deflect us. That's what they do want to do. They got time to do that. But and I did hear that they were gonna be sending something in the mail because I also have to, I'm on a payment plan myself. Oh, I hate it. I hate it, but I'm on it.
so many of us.
I know, and that's so I got it because they were saying that they were gonna send us something in the mail, and then they were saying that they could possibly take your taxes, and then they were saying that they're gonna, take away, like, money off of your paycheck every 2 weeks. I said, "My gosh." I mean, Jesus, like,
I wish you would.
what are the options? I'm like, "What, take my taxes or, take it every 2 weeks?" Like, what is happening? Like, oh my gosh. It's just crazy, man. And then I think about, like, how are y'all even I don't even want to give them the money because I just feel like I don't trust them when it comes to me giving them my money. Like, are y'all
Mm,
making sure to document that I paid y'all? Are y'all doing something? Are y'all moving my money somewhere It's just so many gray areas, and then I see how they're even
Listen,
operating
if
the education department,
well,
like,
that's the thing. If y'all want to shut down the federal Department of Education, then who am I paying my loans back
right,
to?
that's what
Like,
I'm saying.
that, like, no, I don't make the rules. Y'all don't want a Department of
Right,
Education. Y'all don't get my federal loan money back. Like,
exactly.
absolutely not.
That's
No,
what I'm saying. I
I'm
see
done
the
with that.
foolery that y'all are doing with the department right now, and I'm like, but y'all want me to give y'all my money every 2 weeks, every month, or whatever. I'm like, what? Like y'all got to clean up in house, and that's why I'm like, it makes me it makes me feel like, oh, I just don't like giving them any of my funds because I just don't trust. I don't trust them right now.
I'd be putting it back in the economy. Don't y'all want the economy to be better?
Then the
Let me
threat,
take my monthly loan payment and put it back into the economy.
exactly.
Because I will.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't even like that they like threaten us. It should be an option up to the individual and stuff like that. But to threaten,
Well,
like y'all are going to take the
nobody's
tax.
going to pay if there's
Yeah,
no
yeah. Like what?
consequence.
Like what?
It's their fault for trusting an 18-year-old with that much loan debt anyway.
Correct.
Like, I didn't know what I was signing on
Right.
to.
Heck
Y'all
no.
said, "Oh yeah, we're going to trust her with this
Yeah,
much debt." That's a you problem. That's your
right,
fault, not my fault.
right,
Yeah, like I would never loan money to an
No,
18-year-old
you all told me
myself.
I had to go to college, that I didn't have any other options if I wanted to make it, which is a lie.
right.
And
Mm.
now you loaned me tens of thousands of dollars. No, this is,
Told me to
you
sign
gotta
right here.
take some parental responsibility here.
Yes. But no, that's just how I feel about them. I'm just like they got all this foolery going on in the education department, yet they on our backs trying to put money over there. I'm like, please, I don't even trust y'all with a penny, like nothing. But I did want to come to one more topic since we are getting close to the end. This is the sad part, right? When we're about to end. I'm like, no. So I do want to share some updates on Breonna Taylor's case because I feel like it's obviously a hot topic, but it's a topic that we have to continue to talk about, even though how draining and tiring and things like that it gets. It's like if we get too tired, that we're gonna get dismissed. We're gonna get forgotten. She's going to get forgotten, and I
Yeah.
don't want that. I don't want that. That's why I just want to continue to talk about her. So the latest updates is that one of the officers. So there's 6 officers involved. 3 were involved on the actual on site, and then the other 3 officers were involved at the actual office, the police department. So the Brett Hankison, he is the one that is actually charged. The Justice Department tried to say he should only spend 1 day in jail. I don't know if you guys knew that, but I did want to make sure because we're on this topic that it's the audacity. I feel like we talked about this in previous episodes about the treatment of people that are in the wrong. It's like, what is happening? And then the fact that it's the Justice Department that is making the suggestion that the officer should only do 1 day. That's why we're talking about this. That's why we have to keep talking about her story because it's just a terrible, terrible situation. We wanna say that the person that is charged, the judge dismissed the 1-day notion, gave him, 33 months. So he will be serving 33, which is only a year and a half if you really think about it. I mean, a year some change, but, I mean, that's gonna go by so fast again. So it's like, again, here we are again, like, so they dismissed the 1 day, gave him 33 months, and he wasn't even the person who, he shot the gun, but he wasn't the person. His bullet did not kill her. So
Mm.
there's so he aimed at her, but he's the one that's getting charged. But the person who bullet made the contact is not getting charged at all. Still, like they did forensics, they matched the bullet in her to the gun, so they have the person who actually made the impact. But he ain't even the one in the courthouse. He ain't even the one
Mm.
like getting tried, like nothing. So it's and then I told you there's 6 people involved. There was 3 people at the police department. One of them went ahead and confessed to being guilty that he even forged a affidavit. What is it? Affidavit.
Affidavit.
Yes, he even he acknowledged that he fabricated it to get the no knock warrant. Now, is he being tried? No, none of these people are sitting in jail. None of these people, nothing. So I just want to continue, as you can hear my tone, I just want to continue. I thought it was very important that we bring this up
Mhm.
because, again, it's the audacity, it's the double standards, it's just like crazy. And then the other day, I saw a video of a black man who got like punched in the face sitting in a car, and he had the radio off,
my
had his hands
gosh.
at 10 and 2s, the officer was telling him to get out of the car because he saw that he was being recorded. The officer punched through the window, broke it, and made impact on the man's face and stuff. But it's like, it's again, I have to give those two examples because the officer made contact with the black guy and nothing happened. But then here you go with Breonna Taylor, 6 people involved, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5. 6 people were involved. Only one person is actually reached a point where he's getting a sentence. Which again, I want to say one more time, they suggested only a day. You think that man should only sit 24 hours in that cell?
Why bother at that point?
Like,
it's such a powerful and like painful reminder of the 2 different justice systems that we have here in this country, and how people who know the right folks, who have the right amount of money, who look the right kind of way, can get away with literal murder and not spend a day in jail. And there are people who don't get to check those boxes through no fault of their own, who are sitting in prison for something that they didn't even do. And it's just like the Breonna Taylor story is one of so many, but I think is the one that people know the most about or are most familiar with, about like, she wasn't even the person that they were looking for.
Exactly.
Like the whole thing, it's just like, and that's just the ones we know about. What about all the ones we don't know about? And it's so sad. It's really so
the
sad.
reason they even came to her house was because of accusations of drugs being in the house. And so that's when the person fabricated the no-knock warrant. Then the people go over there and start shooting. And then the fact is they found no drugs in the house. I also want to make sure I throw that out there as well, because I just feel like when you tell this story, you have to make sure to tell all the layers of the story, because people are going to have opinions, which is fine. But the issue is they're going to share those opinions. And I want to make sure that we are sharing facts as we are also sharing an opinion on this story, because at the end of the day, someone died. Someone lost their mom, someone lost their sister, someone lost their child. Like, all these people are being affected, and not only just internal, but us, who's just listening to the story, we're affected. We never met her, but we know that that is a terrible situation. She didn't deserve that. Like Emily said, she wasn't even the person that they were even coming for. And the fact that you had to fabricate a warrant, like, just leave it alone. Like, just leave it alone. And then, like, I don't know if it was marijuana, but I feel like the crime don't match the outcome. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, y'all put this young lady 6 feet under. Like,
you know how many people in America have marijuana in their home?
That's what I'm saying.
Just gonna put that out there.
Right. The outcome
More than you think.
Match. Like, you could have, like, what is it called? The beanbag gun or something, whatever. They're just
the BB gun.
Yeah. I just feel like there's just so many different options of what they shoulda, coulda, woulda, But the fact that you even force a fabricated warrant and then go over there and then shoot and you don't even know who's on the other side of the door. I don't even know.
Just start shooting.
Yeah, that's just crazy and stuff. But of course, I just wanted to make sure that I tell this story because that is the update. In 2025, the Justice Department thinks that it is okay to even suggest that this individual should only do 1 day in jail. And if that's the case, y'all might as well release 99% of the people that's over there locked up. Because what is the message that y'all are sending right now? Like,
right, because they're not saying this person isn't guilty. They're saying this person has been convicted, but we're only recommending that the crime that they did is worthy of one.
Exactly. Y'all might as well go and release 99% of everybody locked up, because the double standard that is happening right now is crazy. Like, all y'all should just get 1 day. That's what we're doing right now. Like, what is the message? And then again, this is America. Like, it's just like, this is how we're making America great again. Like, this is crazy. Like, but
and there's this really it's not interesting, but because I'm a nerd, this book called The New Jim Crow, and it's about like the how incarceration is being used to oppress Black people, like the Jim Crow laws were. So instead of having these Jim Crow laws, they've been replaced with this. And it's terrible. the it's two different justice systems.
Yeah. There's a really powerful documentary by Ava DuVernay it was on Netflix. I don't know if it still is, about the 13th Amendment and about how like there's a loophole written in the amendment to like, instead of enslaving people, we can now incarcerate them, and like just like the history of the war on drugs, and who was behind these policies and all of that stuff. And I ended up watching it for the first time in 2020 after all of these headlines and in the middle of the Black Lives Matter movement, because I was just like, I don't know enough about this, and like I want to know more. And it has really, really stayed with me, because I'm just like, it's like, as we're fighting, what the 14th Amendment says about birthright citizenship, as we're like, there are so many things about our Constitution that are currently under the microscope. It's like, I feel like this one doesn't get enough attention.
And Kirsten, I have that book too. It's sitting on my shelf collecting dust, because I'm in the middle of reading a different book right now. But when he said it, I was like, okay, Kirsten, yeah.
Have you read it? Have you read it before?
I haven't read it. It's sitting on my bookshelf so once I'm in the middle of reading this book, the book is called Black as Fuck History. And it's
I love that.
It's so good. I cannot wait until I'm like almost at the end of the book. But it tells the stories that they did not tell us in school. So that's why it's really, and it starts from the formation of when they came over, and then so now I'm all into like Reconstruction period. So it takes you from the beginning. And it's giving you all the stories that we never heard about, that no one told us about. And
I'm going to need to read it.
Yes. It's so
Book club.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. We and it's told by the author who was a Black author, but he has a lot of key subliminals and stuff like that, which is why I like it, because it's not like a textbook, like, okay, y'all just throwing it in my face. No, he brings in a lot of little jokes and y'all know white people can't but it's just too funny. And then he talks a lot, but it's really good. It's called Black as Fuck History. But I listened to it in my AirPods because you hear his voice, and then so it's even more funnier because he laughs on some of the parts in the paragraphs, and it's really good. So yes, I'm gonna have to send it to you.
Send us the link. Send us the link.
You guys can listen to it. I even put my mom on it. I was like, oh my gosh, Mom, you got to read this. So my mom and my stepmom, they're both reading it on the right now. So I'll definitely have to give that to you. But
I'm not an audiobook person, but I'll get it for my Kindle.
Okay, good. Yes, I like audio because you could just keep moving, and it's just in your ear. I listen when I'm driving, at work, typing, things like that.
I get too distracted.
It's really good. It's really good. But that is it for us. Y'all, we are almost at episode 10. I say this every time because I get too excited. But if anybody's listening, our baby mama is about to be, you may not see her on this screen in a couple more weeks. It's happening.
I was going to say, I want to get to 10 before 10 episodes before I leave.
We better get moving.
I don't know that's going to happen.
Better get busy.
Our baby mama is about to bring some new life into this world, and I cannot wait to see the pictures. I hope I'm one of the first top 5 who gets the big reveal.
Duh.
But yes, if anybody is listening and you guys want to join us, definitely let us know. We will be having some guests, some co-hosts, all that fun stuff. So if you're interested, reach out, let us know.
You can take this seat. Go ahead.
Yeah, she's keeping it warm for right now, but she just know it's only temporary. It's only temporary because she's coming back. But thank you guys for tuning in. Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.
This is Kirsten Pruitt. Please subscribe to the show wherever you find podcasts and consider leaving us a rating. You can find links to our social media and YouTube page in the show notes. Thanks again for listening.
The preceding podcast is solely owned by its host or hosts and is distributed by Big Media LLC. Copyright 2025, all rights reserved.